is the moment you've all been waiting for.
The UFC is kicking off the 2025 pay-per-view schedule the right way with a stacked card from top to bottom. Headlined by the consensus pound-for-pound king Islam Makhachev, the lightweight juggernaut who looks to make history as the first in the division to defend his title for the fourth time.
All my fight career, I want to fight with a real fighter. I will be looking for the finish. I like to finish the all questions, you know.
The champ is now faced with a rematch over 5 years in the making against the surging dark horse Arman Tsarukyan, who's armed with all the skills to disrupt the lightweight hierarchy.
I just care about the title. No money, nothing, no hype, no followers, just title. This is what I want to get. This is the biggest dream in my life.
These are the two best lightweights in the world. I've watched these guys time and time again separate themselves. And when you separate yourselves, you have to find that equal. Makhachev has looked amazing, but I do believe this is the biggest and best fight for him.
In the co-main event is a heated matchup between the newly crowned bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov, a proven force determined to uphold his family's revered legacy.
Your fans know that you're getting gift this one, you know?
Also featured on the card is another intense scrap between two former light heavyweight champions vying to move one step closer towards another shot at Powhatan.
I put on dominant performance. You survive and get a win. We not the same.
Let's see you 18th of January. I'm going to win. I'm going for win.
This event is packed with elite level fighters that are bound to bring entertainment in all aspects of the sport. But before the UFC returns to LA on January 18th, let's take an inside look into the most anticipated matchups at UFC 311. This past year has been nothing short of electric for the UFC's light heavyweight division, fueled by the champion Alex Pereira.
It is Powhatan's world in the UFC in 2024.
However, his standout year has come at the expense of two of the division's elite, Jiri Prochazka and Jamahal Hill, who are still firmly entrenched in the top three, but are now eager to make their statement comebacks. With their minds still locked on revenge against Powhatan, this matchup is the perfect opportunity to reignite their momentum and get back into title contention. And what makes this matchup even sweeter is that not only has their collision course finally converged, but the animosity between them seems to have reached a boiling point, mainly due to their shared experiences last time out against the champ.
Jamahal, don't speak about my performances, fight IQ and all these things, because in your last fight, you didn't show nothing.
Bro, are you kidding me? Your last performance, you got dominated and knocked out. Completely shut down, completely exposed. I got caught. You got dominated.
Jamahal Hill's nasty. He's got a bee in his bonnet. He is pissed off. He cannot wait to get back in there against Alex Pereira. He thinks that Pereira got lucky, that it was a fluke and all this type of shit. Well, he's going to get through Jiri Prochazka, a man that has knocked out 26 of the 30 people that he's gone up against.
Jiri and Jamahal share many parallels in their UFC journey. Both had a quick and impressive rise towards the title, which they captured, only to get injured afterwards, leaving them to vacate their titles. Since they've recovered, they were thrown right back in with the Wolves, and it's been rocky for them. And while they remain at the top of the division, it feels like a win over each other is crucial at this point.
This one's going to play out on the feet. I don't think either man's going to be looking for a takedown. Jiri's a little more diverse. He will throw a lot of kicks and spinning stuff. Jamal's going to stand there and do it all with the hands. Jamal's probably got cleaner boxing, and the problem is for Jiri is that he does leave a lot of openings, so he's going to have to be careful.
This is my chance to take a victory and go back for the belt. He had the power, but I can say that I see the space to catch him.
We talking about a dude who is getting his ass whooped in every fight that you've been in. I hope you wear that same ponytail in LA so I can lean that motherfucker to the left right back for you.
When Sean O'Malley shattered expectations and capitalized on the UFC's hopes to see the next Conor McGregor-type star, it was obvious they wanted to push him as such and have him pave the way for the future of the company.
When you put a gold belt on someone's waist with the personality of this young man, he only has one place to go, and that's to the moon.
But then came Merab Dvalishvili, a straight-up disruptor known as the Machine, who spent years dismantling the bantamweight division, tearing through elite competition with an unmatched energy both in his fight style and personality.
Merab is an absolute monster, an unstoppable force.
I'm gonna put this dude face first.
Keep dreaming, nobody knock me out yet, nobody.
Facing a guy like O'Malley on one of the UFC's biggest stages might rattle some fighters, but not Merab. With a dominant performance to claim the throne, he left little room to doubt going forward. Although in his moment, it was evident that the UFC already had plans in motion for the first challenger to his new crown.
Next in line to defend your belt, most likely, is Umar Nurmagomedov.
To see Merab versus Umar wrestling and scrambling would be excellent.
The name Nurmagomedov is highly regarded not just by MMA fans, but by people worldwide. A testament to the legacy built by Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like Khabib, his cousin Umar is an undefeated dominant force who has been making waves in the UFC since 2021. In 6 fights with the promotion, he's earned a reputation as one of the most avoided fighters in the division. But when he finally got his shot against a top 3 opponent in Corey Sandhagen, he delivered a statement performance that earned him a crack at the undisputed title on January 18th.
They feel a little bit that you've been carried because of the Nurmagomedov name.
They said he don't deserve, he have to fight. Hey guys, I don't care about you. I just want this belt.
Despite the notion that Umar has struggled to find willing opponents during his rise, one fighter who has shown no hesitation is Merab Dvalishvili.
Merab came into the office late last night, told us that he is tired of listening to Umar disrespect him and wanted to make this fight happen as soon as possible. We called Umar. He was sleeping in Dagestan, and he said, hell yes, anywhere, anytime.
Given their styles and the way they match up, this seems like it will be a difficult fight for both Merab and Umar. Merab's cardio and volume throws his opponents off their rhythm and drains them. But I think if anyone can beat him right now, it's Umar, who is more technical everywhere.
In order to beat Merab, you have to be an insane wrestler and an extremely powerful striker. And if you have that, you still might be in trouble.
Those positions where Merab's able to eat up 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes of the clock, I think Umar's going to be so strong in those positions, it's going to probably have to turn into a striking match, and it might turn into Umar making him look really bad.
This heated matchup is a perfect addition to this card to start the new year. A fight as high level as this will only enhance the prestige of this elite division, and their eagerness to get their hands on each other will only elevate the stakes and excitement built around it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take this belt, and you know it.
Speaking of the Nurmagomedov name again, it's well known that Islam Makhachev was once seen as just Khabib's protege tasked with carrying on his legacy. Living up to those expectations is one thing, but surpassing them is another. And over the last few years, Islam has stepped out of Khabib's shadow and separated himself as a dominant force in his own right. After holding the #1 spot in the pound-for-pound rankings for some time, and the lightweight title with his 4th defense on the horizon, he's quickly positioning himself to possibly be the greatest in the division's history.
He has championship medal, he has a mean streak if he needs it, he's the total fucking package.
We've only seen Islam legitimately challenged a few times in his career, one of those being against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 284, and another against the legend Dustin Poirier in his last time out at UFC 302. But one of the more notable tests earlier in his career came against Arman Tsarukyan, who was making his UFC debut at the time. Arman delivered a highly respectable performance that showcased his potential and bright future, considering he was taking on a highly touted rising star like Islam Makhachev in his debut on Makhachev's home turf of Russia. Since then, Arman's focus has been clear: get a rematch with Islam and become champion. And he's done everything needed to make that a reality. After taking out many notable names, including the likes of Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira, there was no denying him the shot he's been striving for.
Because Arman Tsarukyan knows how to wrestle so well, they'll be where the other expects, which then makes the chess game even bigger and more in depth for the person to try and figure out. That to me is exciting.
Islam has proven he is a incredible champion, a guy that it's going to be hard to take the title from. But if you're going to look for the style of fighter to possibly take that title from, you're looking at the guy in Tsarukyan.
It feels like every fight for Islam comes with the talk of this could be the one to dethrone the champ. But this time, Arman might actually have the skills in every area to give him the most problems. They both have some of the best wrestling in the UFC, and their striking has significantly improved over time. Islam still seems to have the edge in those areas, plus in submissions and experience, but Arman also brings a diverse set of weapons and is tough as hell.
It's still a lot of the same fault lines from their first fight. This fight can be won by Tsarukyan, but if there's been one thing against him, it has been that he focuses so much on control, and that's going to be a tough assignment against a guy like Makhachev.
He's not that good like people think. People think he's unbeatable, crazy wrestler, but I took him down when I was 22 years old. So.
He have more experience, but same skills, you know. He beat the oldest guy because they don't have wrestling, but when someone have good wrestling skills, he always have trouble with Gamrot, with me, and it's gonna be a game.
This is a banger fight in the toughest division in the sport that will top off a stacked card at UFC 311. Any mistake from either could lead to a finish, and we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.